my life, removing pain. Lord, let my words heal a heart that hurts. I want to spend my life mending broken people. I want to spend my life mending broken people. Hello and welcome to another 3ABN Today program. Thank you for joining us, as always. And I have Pastor C.A. Murray here. Usually you're in this seat and I'm over there.
I was trying to get to this seat, but you never let me.
Well, yeah, I know. This seat you got to work more because you got to bring the program in and out, and you're responsible for, so I usually, when we're together, I beat him in this seat. But anyway, we're glad that you're here with us today, and we're glad that our guests are here. We have Dr. Yvonne Lewis and son Jason Bradley. Jason, it's good to have you here too today.
Good to be here.
And so what we're doing, CA, is kind of I think you'd call it This Is Your Life. You remember, some of you old enough remember that program, This Is Your Life? You remember that. You remember that. Yvonne was probably on it even,
Oh, you know what? Now you're pushing it.
She may have founded that program. Who knows? I don't know. So, Jason, you probably never heard of that program, have you? This Is Your Life?
No, that's way before my time.
Okay, well, in reality, it really was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But we've been taking some different ones, and Yvonne, you've helped me. We've interviewed a few people already, and we're trying to get some of our workers here that's working with us in the vineyard out on the front lines, and maybe getting some things that from them that you've never heard before. So today, that's kind of, Yvonne, we have you on the hot seat.
I know.
And why did I bring C.A. Murray, ask Pastor Murray to be here? Do you have any idea?
I do.
Tell us why.
Because it was through Pastor Murray's ministry that I came back to the Lord.
Okay. And so he knows everything about you for the last how many years? He says in his words, he's been doing what?
I've been dragging her along 30 years.
30 years.
Terrible.
Dragging her around.
You know, time gets away. It's 30 years.
I know, because I was pregnant with Jason when I got rebaptized.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got baptized
I just told
twice.
you.
Yeah.
He was there in water when I baptized him in water, and you got baptized again, so you've been baptized 3 times.
Yeah, third time's a charm.
Okay. Have mercy. And, well, we're here today because we want to go and find out some things about Yvonne that maybe you don't know and maybe we don't know, so we didn't plan it too much. We just said, hey, this is kind of a This Your Life type program. So, Yvonne, we want to start out. Now, we're going to have you sing in a little bit, and we have a song picked out that you've already done here that we'll hold that off for just a little bit. We want to go back. Tell us a little bit about where you were born and raised, and I know that I can't ask her the dates and all that. It's a woman. You can't. She won't. She probably wouldn't tell me anyway, right?
Right.
But tell me where you were born and raised, and a little bit about your family life.
Well, I was born in New York City, in Harlem, at Harlem Hospital in New York City, and I am a third-generation Seventh-day Adventist. Both sides of my family, my grandparents were Adventists. In fact, my paternal grandfather was a minister, and he died when my dad was 3 years old. But he was from the Virgin Islands, from St. Thomas, and he passed away when my dad was 3. And then my grandmother was a missionary, and she was at the Ephesus Church as a Bible instructor. And she was just such a profound, she had a profound impact on my life. So yeah, I came from an Adventist background, and grew up, one sister, my baby sister, who was 9 years my junior, and her nickname was Binky. And in fact, she was in school with John Lomacang. She was, she and John were in the same class.
Okay, and you're saying what?
So now I'm saying, I'm really telling my age now, right?
So you were very close.
Yeah,
And I need to say, she passed her grandmother was a legendary, and you will use that term, Bible worker in New York City. Rosalie Jones, she worked with all, you talk about the great evangelists, E.E. Cleveland's, your G.H. Rainey's, all of the great evangelists, she worked with them all. She had a choir for years at the Ephesus Church, and you mentioned the name of Rosalie Jones anywhere in New York City or its environs, really anywhere among that age group of ministers and lay people, everybody knew Rosalie Jones.
I think they still have pictures of her out front. I was one of the churches there, and I saw pictures of Rosalie Jones. That's your grandmother, right?
Yeah, that was my
So I guess she's left her mark for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you talked about Binky, and you said she was. Tell us about Binky.
In 2009.
Okay.
She had a liver transplant.
Okay.
And, well, let me go back a little bit. Binky and I, when our mom died, I was 19 and Binky was 9. And she was going on 10. And Binky and I went different routes. Binky got involved with drugs early, very early in her life. And I went on to, you know, I finished school and the music business and all that. So we lived very different lives. Binky was very street savvy and I really was very naive, and I was kind of the bookworm, and Binky was intelligent, but she just didn't go that route. So our lives went that way, but then she became ill, and I lived in Dallas, and she decided to come to be with me, and maybe I could help her, because at the time I was doing alternative medicine. We'll talk more about that later. So she came there, and I helped her by the grace of God. And when she came, I didn't know, but she had only been given about 6 months when she came, and she was in Dallas for a few years. And she had a liver transplant on March 23rd of 2009. And the surgery itself was successful, but she never really came out from the anesthesia. And May 9th, she passed away.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm so grateful because the Lord brought her back to Him. I have the assurance that my sister's resting in Jesus. So I'm not, you know, when I begin to well up with tears, it's just because I miss her. But it's not because I don't have the assurance that she is resting in Jesus. So I'm really thankful for that. And also for the mercy of God that He allowed her. She was asleep, but I knew she could hear me. So it was kind of like He was weaning me, giving me time to adjust to not having her with me, but yet she was still there. So it was, God is so merciful, and He's so gentle with the way He deals with us.
Jason, what do you remember about Aunt Binky? What sticks out in your mind?
Oh man, she was a lot of fun.
Okay.
But she cared for so many people. You could go to her house on any given day and see what looked like the whole neighborhood that she just took in. You know, she really cared about kids. She was huge on family, very family oriented, and she would give you the shirt off her back.
All right.
I remember when I was a kid, though, I used to look at her crazy because she seemed like she was real stern.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really liking her when I was young. But then as I grew up, I loved her so much.
Yeah. All right. Now, your dad, he's right here in Southern Illinois now. How did you get, where did you get him from? How did you get him here?
Well, my dad had been ill for a while, and he's in a nursing home because he requires 24-hour care. But my dad, he's had a few strokes, and
I bet he's watching today. We're going to have to say hello
we'll have
to
to
him,
make
right?
sure. Yes, yes, for sure. Hi, Daddy, love you. Love you so much. I'm so happy he's here. You know, he's nearby.
He's in West Frankfort.
He's in West Frankfort.
Yeah.
We go visit him and show him love. And every year we give him a birthday party, and you know, everybody, our friends from here come. And
we can tell his age, though. He's a man. Now, how old is he?
He's 86 years old.
86 years old.
Yeah, and he's had a profound impact on, he was a principal of an elementary school, Bethel Elementary School in Brooklyn. And so many of his students have reached out and they've said, oh, please tell Mr. Hodge, we said hello. John always reminds me that he did get Pastor John Lo McCain.
He left his print on him.
He did, literally. He said he's responsible.
John needed it, by the way. If you're watching, John, you needed it.